my fellow brothers and sisters, about what transpired this morning at the magistrate court in Georgetown. The 3 Jamaican prosecutors were not prepared to submit the full disclosure, so the magistrate adjourned the hearing to November 24th at 9 a.m. What is more appalling is that the 3 Jamaican attorneys are being paid by the PPP government, and this corrupt and incompetent cabal is blatantly lying to the Guyanese people that they are not paying for their legal services. Nandalal is telling Guyanese that the U.S. appointed these Jamaican prosecutors. This is another blatant lie. Taxpayers are fully footing all the bills for their hefty legal fees, which will be in the excess of hundreds of millions of Guyana dollars. This includes their flights.
Tea addiction because I'm not fighting back. There's a tea for every genre, every mood. There's a tea for any feeling that I have. You know what I mean? The older I get, I'm not fighting a tea addiction because I'm not fighting back. There's a tea for every genre, every mood. There's a tea for any feeling that I have. You know what I mean? The older I get.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Dio Mac with the Dio Mac Show. Welcome. If you're new here, take a seat. I'll serve you the tea, darling. And if it's getting hot up in here, I'm gonna serve you bush tea. And if you're not a Guyanese, you gotta tag a Guyanese for translation. But in the meanwhile, just press that subscribe button. Guys. The streets are talking. It's hot up in the building. Guyana is hot, and everything hot in Guyana. So the streets are talking, and we are here for it. Every drop of it, we are here for it, darling. We don't make the tea, darling. Serve the tea. So darlings, let me tell you what's been going on. So you know, I think by now we all know the case with Azruddin Mohamed, with the extradited situation and all these things, right? But darling, every day tea is dropping. So now information is that Guyana is fitting the bill, darling. So the man's in the streets, you know, saying, there's now Guyana interest. Is America interested? And if America interested in that, they should be fitting the bill. How come Guyana fitting the bill? Well, the man in the streets have a lot to say. Some say this and some say that, darling. And I'm telling you, all I'm doing is sipping the tea and bringing the tea to you guys. I'm telling you. So the man in the streets, been talking, darling. They been talking and they been vocal, right? So they're saying, it's not looking right. It's not looking right, I should say. What is the interest of the government paying lawyers? That is not your job. You understand? They're saying, oh, if you wanted to bring somebody to Guyana, that's your job. But you, it's not looking nice. What are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of? Come on, is it a political prosecution? I don't know, darling. I'm just here for the tea. So we will take a dive in to hear what a man in the street from Azruddin's sister, and I have a lot to say. Everybody has a lot to say. The man in the streets, everybody have a lot to say. So we're gonna take a dive in and see, what is it? What is all this noise about? Darling, what's the noise about?
The PPP government paid $13.5 in October 2025 to Jamaican lawyers for just one hearing after consultation with the Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Anil Nandlal. Another 11 May is paid every month to foreign lobby firm Continental Strategy through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That's nearly 25 May GYD of taxpayers' money spent every month just to politically persecute presumptive opposition leader Azruddin Mohamed.
When Guyana wanted Marcus Bishram to be sent back to Guyana from the USA to face criminal charges, Guyana had to pay prosecution services to send him back because Guyana was the requesting country. So why is Guyana paying prosecution services for the team Mohameds when Guyana is not even the requesting state. Logically, if you want me to, send you an alleged criminal from my country to you. Oh, then you have to pay that bill and cover the cost for me to send that criminal to you. And it's vice versa, correct? It is clear that the PPC has a full hand in trying very hard to get rid of the Mohameds by any means, or it can be a form of distraction from the skunt they're doing with Venezuela and the United States. But as Guyanese Yao does sit down and take a set of skunt, no joke.
Here is the proof. The desperate Attorney General and his masters are trying to fool the nation. The payment approved by the Ministry of Home Affairs after consultation with the Attorney General's office is payment only for the month of October and just for the Jamaican legal team. US $62,556 equivalent to GY $13.5 million. If this matter extends over a 5-year period, which is common in cases of this nature, the total legal fees for only the Jamaicans would amount to over 810 million Guyana dollars. This does not include fees for Glenn Hanneman and other legal persons working on the case locally. For the month of October 2025, legal fees to the Jamaicans were $13.5 million for just one hearing and still failed to remand. Azruddin Mohamed and Nazar Mohamed. This is in addition to the $50,000 US per month to the lobbyist firm Continental Strategy, which the PPP government has also contracted solely to go after me. For a 6-month renewable contract, this is a total of $300,000 USD or 66 million GYD. Anil, I want you to know that even the people within the ministries of Home Affairs and Legal Affairs, as well as the Bank of Guyana, are not pleased with what you and the dictators are doing. All the political persecution and victimization, and that is why they shared every step with us. Guyanese. This is what the PPP government is doing with your tax dollars. All to go after me. Please pay the citizens their cash grant you promised.
Imagine calling Barrett Jagdeo a liar and telling him every long rope got an end while you're the one who sanctioned, indicted, and soon to be extradited for transnational crimes.
One commenter said, "The man know Jagdeo secret. That's why the government fighting he down so bad."
Other commenter wrote, "The evil that men do live after them." Not talking about the Mohamed. They are honest until proven guilty, but others should be investigated too and blocked.
Telford Lane writes, a few significant things. So let's start from here. In my next life, if there is one, I want to have at least one sister. She must be like Azruddin Mohamed's sister. Man, that's a sister to have. A sister with such a brain, confidence, fearlessness, bold, courageous, and family-oriented nature. What is there to fear? It's these types and qualities of women that fuel revolutions worldwide. I see how my son's sisters are with him, and he with them. These dudes get me envious. Every second, the PPP tries to convince the nation that they are not fueling the Azruddin extradition. The opposite is achieved. We are more convinced every minute they spend demonizing him. Azruddin, the greater his political influence grows. PPP leadership knows this, but can't help themselves. They lack capacity. Their followers who sit at the back of the class, looking for handouts from associations, don't know this. The PPP, from the president to his ministers, is growing more and more emotionally dysregulated, mentally unstable, and physically restless about the success or failure of the Azruddin case. Their followers in the backbench, with blankets over their heads, can't see that. I am convinced PPP is fueling and funding this extradition. That's a fact. Anywhere in the world, an alleged criminal is innocent until proven guilty. Azruddin is innocent like all of us. There are felonies, misdemeanors, and political crime, of which Azruddin is a political criminal, subjectively labeled. The PPP, by extension the government, wants us to believe in the justice system. But the Hindus in the PPP couldn't trust the Muslims to administer justice in the extradited case of Azruddin. This fraction will never be mended. The two religions in the PPP have conflicted for a while. They are barely tolerating each other to maintain their political power. So they brought the Jamaicans' lawyers under the disguise that Jamaican lawyers are more skilled and experienced in extradition cases. PPP says Azruddin owes $191 billion to the people of Guyana. If this is true, I disagree with him being extradited. This money must be paid. In other words, PPP implies Guyana is better off if Azruddin goes to the US than recovering that $191 billion. By the time this case reaches CCJ back down to the lower courts, then back up to CCJ, it's 2033. Azruddin is already president, and the PPP leadership would have fled Guyana political platform. The breed of gens where intolerance for Polish politics, corruption, nepotism and crime takes center stage as inclusivity and diversity rule the cultural and social norm.
Ooh, child, it's a lot, I'm telling you guys. The man in the streets are talking, as it is Mommy's sister, and I have a lot to say. Everybody have a lot to say, and it's getting sticky. It's like a sticky situation. I'm telling you, it's a sticky situation. Guys, what you think about all of this that is coming down in the teapot, guys? What do you think? I'm telling you. So, I'm no lawyer. I don't know law. I tell you guys, I'm not a politician. I just use common sense. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy and blessed that God blessed me with so much intelligence with common sense. It's not a sentence or a word or something. Listen, don't mind me. Listen, I'm just like the man in the streets. We talk what we feel like. Guys, it's a lot been going on, and as the case keep going, a lot of things keep exposing, darling. A lot of things. Sometimes you just got to quit while you're ahead of it. So darlings, this is what are we facing. Oh my gosh, my tea drinkers. So listen, I don't understand. I don't know what's the interest of getting rid of Azruddin Mohamed. Is it a political interest? That's what the man in the streets want to know. What is it? If the big man, the big boss upstairs there want Azruddin, get it, send the thing, get it, spend the money. Why should we bear the cost when we have so much things in Guyana to be looked after? I was talking to somebody this morning, and they were telling me, I think they were in the bush area or whatever. No electricity and all these things. Everybody got to be using generator and all these things. It's time we put those things in place in the interior and those things. There is where our money is supposed to be spending, not on prosecution. What's the word? Political prosecution. Political prosecute. Whatever, darling, whatever the word. If you know it, correct me. Don't come fight me. Just correct your sister. Anyways, we have a lot of things to be done in our country. Teachers, policemen, a lot of public servants work for, ching, fine change. Imagine working for $100 and something dollars, or $100 something dollars, $100 something thousand, or $100,000. Excuse me, I'm getting carried away with this money now. 100,000, 100 and something thousand, and house rent and all is 50, 60,000, and food high. Listen, we gotta get it right. We gotta fix this whole situation. No. If the big buy want, and they want whoever they want, listen, you have to spend the money and come and get it, not we money. That's all I gotta say on that. I'm not saying who right or who wrong, evidence or no evidence. I'm not a lawyer. Darling, I'm not a liar. I'm just a tea sipper. Just a tea sipper, darling. Just a tea sipper. I don't know all these things. So I'm not saying who right, what they got, what they ain't got. And I'm not my business, darling. You know what is my business as a Guyanese? Listen, if somebody wants somebody, they gotta come and get it with their money. Why are we or the government spending all this money behind one guy when so much things are falling apart in our country? Sometimes I keep saying one thing over and over. Sometimes you gotta let sleeping dogs lie. Sometimes you just can't go and poke the ants nest, because the ants not gonna run out, you're not gonna like. And you know, it's looking that way, it's looking like So darling, before I go, so another case, I was to share this yesterday with you guys. Let me get this news up quickly for you guys. So another case was dropped for Azruddin Mohamed, right? They dropped the case against him, you know.
News source. The Director of Public Prosecutions this afternoon announced the
We money just wasted. Listen, I understand your ego, bruise or whatever. Let sleeping dog lie. You know? I could only, say this. It don't mean you're gonna stop. Are you gonna still poking this sleeping dog? So guys.
News source. The Director of Public Prosecutions this afternoon announced the discontinuance of the 2 charges filed against Azruddin Mohamed in relation to the importation of a Lamborghini luxury sports car. In a statement, the DPP said the charges were filed by the Guyana Revenue Authority before the receipt of a request from the Government of the United States of America to the Government of Guyana for the extradition of Azruddin Mohamed.
Tea drinkers, tea sippers, listen. The government is playing with us by now. We should all know the government just playing with us. Oh, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and every way that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went. Every way that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. He followed her to school one day, school one day, school one day. He followed her to school one day. Listen. By now, give it up. Just give it up. Right now, I think every Guyanese better want to admit it or not. Just know it's a merry-go-round. It's a go-round. It's a merry-go-round. Round the world of Jericho. Round the world of Jericho. Round the world of Jericho, the army went. When the people gave a shout. When Azruddin gave a shout, the wall fell down. Listen, stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. Right now, it's a plaything. Just give it up and run the country. Just run the country. Listen, you do a good job, people gonna vote for you. That's it. Just focus on doing your job. Focus on development. Focus on in those areas. People gonna vote. But you can't be doing this. Right now, everybody know what's up. Everybody know what's up. I think the little child know what's up. It's playing out in broad daylight. Come on, guys. You guys can do better than that. Anyway, guys, this is the tea that I bring to you. And, it's a man in the street. And it mightn't be all of us view on it, or we agree with whatever. We get here to agree and disagree, or all these fancy things, no darling. We're here to sip the tea, and I'm here to bring the tea to you, and for us all to sip it as we get it, baby. We didn't make the tea. I keep saying, darling, I did not make the tea. I just serve the tea, darling, so don't come for me. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in with your girl Dion Mac on another show, and it's a pleasure just chatting with you guys. And you guys, let us meet in the comment section and tell me all what you think about this. What do you think? Why is the government going after one man spending all this money? Is it American interest, or is Guyana government interest getting Azruddin out the country, darling? Anyway, guys, please leave your comment, let comment. Sorry, let me know what you think. That's the only way I could interact with you guys. I gotta know your thoughts. So guys, just like, comment, and let me know. And if you're here, darling, and you subscribe, what are you waiting for? Touch that subscribe button. And if you're here, and if you always come to see his face and you subscribe, what are you waiting for? Touch it. Clock, clock, clock. So guys, we hear clock, clock, clock in the tea. And for now, I'm out. I'm going and get some more tea for you guys. We run around all around for the tea. So until next time, tea drinkers, ciao. Be good to yourself. And your girl D is out the building, darling.